Right now at noon, a SWAT team responds to a standoff in a Joplin neighborhood.
And our showers coming to an end. We're beginning to dry out a bit, but the clouds are going to be hanging around. We got to look at your forecast, the travel weather, and your Christmas forecast, all coming up.
Plus, area law enforcement has some advice for post-holiday trash disposal.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
President Biden commutes the sentences of 37 individuals on death row, including a man who killed a Knoll, Missouri banker in 1989. This is KOAM News at noon. I'm Elise Snowy. Shannon Nagofsky, formerly of McDonald County, was convicted of the 1989 kidnapping of banker Dan Short from his Benton County, Arkansas home. He and his brother Joe Nagofsky forced Short to open the State Bank of Knoll safe, taking $70,000 and dumping Short chained to a chair, still alive, into Grand Lake. Shannon Nagofsky was sentenced in 1992 to life in prison along with his accomplice brother. Shannon later killed an inmate while incarcerated in Texas and was sentenced to death in that case in 2004. Joe died in custody in 2013. Shannon Nagofsky will now serve life in prison without parole for the death of an inmate. A single vehicle crash claims the life of a Pittsburgh high school senior. The crash happened yesterday evening on South Rouse near Adams Street. According to the Pittsburgh Fire Department, the vehicle driven by 17-year-old Nathan Brown was traveling north when it left the roadway and struck a tree, catching on fire. The fire crews were first on the scene and confirmed that Nathan was entrapped in the vehicle. The crew then began putting out the fire. After the fire was extinguished, Brown was confirmed deceased at the scene. There were no other occupants with Brown, and it is unknown at this time why he left the road. USD 250 Monday night sent a news release to families and staff following the crash, saying in part, quote, "It is with heavy hearts that we share the passing of Nathan Brown, a senior at PHS. Nathan was involved in a fatal car accident on the evening of December 23rd, 2024. Nathan was a vital piece of our school community, and we know this loss may raise many emotions, concerns, and questions for our entire district, especially our students," end quote. The district went on to say that additional counseling and support will be available to students and staff upon the return to school on January 6th. Well, authorities have a suspect in custody after a standoff yesterday in Joplin. Joplin police were working off of information that a wanted person was inside a home in the Fairview neighborhood. Around 2 yesterday afternoon, they surrounded the home and asked neighbors to stay indoors. About an hour later, SWAT arrived and started calling for a suspect to come outside. Authorities say they deployed a robot, and KOAM's Shannon Becker saw a drone above the home. After gas was deployed into the home, a woman came out of the house late yesterday afternoon. Then yesterday evening, authorities continued to use gas until a suspect came out. Police say his name is Timothy Adams, and he was wanted on felony warrants in Barton and Jasper County, and also felony probation and parole warrants. Now let's check in with Chris Warner for first weather.
Yeah, we're going to take a look outside first with our camera downtown Pittsburgh. It is cloudy, but you can see, even though there's some wet spots on the road, they are drying out as the showers are rolling out. Same view from the MoDOT camera 20th and range line in Joplin. Just now kind of a dreary day back behind the rain we had earlier. Skywatch Storm Tracker, see, we do have some clearing trying to take place out in our western counties. It will not last very long, but at least there will be some kind of clearing, and the showers themselves just about done out there. We started yesterday at 47, well above average, and made it up to 56. So still above normal, but not as much as our low temperature was. Temperatures right now, though, not bad. 46 in Joplin, 42 in Pittsburgh. Again, still doing some drying. Out to across the area, our northern counties still a little cooler, low 40s, and you get down south, we're upper 40s to right around 50 degrees. And out to the west, depending on how quickly things clear, might get a little warmer out to the west if you get a little more sunshine. Otherwise, temperatures remaining relatively steady, cloudy skies through the evening and overnight hours, and some patchy fog possible. So Rudolph is definitely going to be beneficial to Santa tonight to help guide that sleigh. We'll have a full look at your forecast for Christmas, the travel forecast, and everything else you need to know here in just a few more minutes. Elise?
All right, thanks, Chris. And while he tracks your weather, we have a way you can track Santa. The Santa Tracker lets you track St. Nick as he makes his trip across the country. Just head over to KOAMnewsnow.com/Santa. Now, with the holiday season comes family traditions, many of which may involve candy. According to the National Confectioners Association, more than 90% of Americans will celebrate the holidays with chocolate and candy. Now, for many families, candy at Christmas is more about tradition than what's going into stockings. Now, from candy canes to chocolate Santa, Spencer's Sweet Call in Webb City is just one store trying to make the holiday season extra sweet.
There's a certain look that people get in their eyes when they have something that they really like. Their eyes light up, and that's what makes it all worthwhile.
According to the National Confectioners Association, consumers are expected to spend more than $7 billion on sweet treats this holiday season. And yesterday, the Neosho Farmers Market debuted the Christmas Table Market. Now, the event follows the success of last month's Thanksgiving Table Market. Now, once again, the community could take advantage of an opportunity to get pre-ordered holiday meal dishes such as entrees, dish sides, desserts, baked goods, and more, as well as shop for last-minute items for the family dinner table. And if you're stuck with that ugly sweater your favorite aunt gave you this holiday season, don't sweat it. You can always pass it along to someone who will actually love it. According to a recent survey by Bankrate, 33% of Americans admit to regifting something they weren't totally in love with. And get this, 1 in 3 Americans think regifting holiday presents is totally acceptable. Now, we visited North Park Mall in Joplin to find out what shoppers really think about this holiday tradition.
We don't do that. If she don't like it, we just re-gift her.
Oh no, not at all. I don't re-gift, no.
I think re-gifting's okay, but they're gonna like it.
Now, according to the survey, 43% of Americans say they have unused gift cards. However, only 8% have re-gifted them. Law enforcement in Southwest Missouri wants to remind people to be careful when throwing out your boxes in trash after unwrapping your Christmas presents. Now, they say it's best to break down those boxes and put them in opaque trash bags or inside the bin. They warn one man's trash could be a would-be robber's treasure.
Your trash fills up with all the wrapping, boxes, stuff like that, so you leave the big boxes outside your trash can. Want to discourage that a little bit so the criminals don't know exactly what new items are in your house. You're basically advertising you just got a brand new 70-inch TV if you're leaving the box out on the curb.
Also, consider taking your boxes to a local recycling center, and if someone is going through your trash, you can call 911. Officers will investigate if the person is doing more than collecting items, causing a disturbance, or tossing trash in the street or yard. Well, coming up, millions of Americans will be in the skies and on the roadways for the holiday. We'll take a look at the Christmas Eve rush. And later, we're making cherry bubble breakfast bake in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. Last-minute errands seem to pop up on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, and many stores and offices are closed on the two holidays. Before heading out, make sure to check the times of locally owned businesses before heading out. And for big retail stores like Walmart, they will close at 6 p.m. on Christmas Eve, and all stores will be closed on Christmas. Now, Target will close at 8 p.m. today, Christmas Eve, but it will be closed all day on Christmas. And for pharmacies, Walgreens will be open on Christmas Eve, and all of its 24-hour pharmacies will remain open for 24 hours. Now, on Christmas Day, Walgreens will operate during its usual hours as well. We have a full list of what's open and what's closed for the holidays on our website, KOAMnewsnow.com. Millions of Americans on the move this Christmas Eve faced major delays to start the day. CBS's Skylar Henry has more from Atlanta's Hartsfield-Jackson Airport.
At airports across the country, it was hurry up and wait. Long lines greeted flyers at Washington's Reagan National Airport Monday. Nationwide, the TSA expects to screen nearly 40 million passengers from December 19th through January 2nd, a 6% increase from a year ago. Passengers also packed airports in Denver, Pittsburgh, and in Boston.
Yeah, it's worse than I expected. So feeling a little slightly panicked.
I'm a full-time teacher, so I'm just trying to be on the beach and chill.
In Seattle, one anxious passenger opened the emergency exit door of an arriving Alaska Airlines flight Sunday night. No one was hurt. An estimated 107 million people will travel by car for the holidays, including Tony Ultramori, who was filling up for a 1,000-mile drive from Texas to Colorado.
This is one of those trips where it doesn't matter how much it's going to cost because it's good to see the family.
Lucky for him, gas prices compared to last Christmas are down an average of 8 cents a gallon.
Gas prices going into the holidays this year are at some of their lowest levels since the pandemic. Christmas gas prices this year are likely to be at their lowest level on Christmas since 2020.
For those planning on driving today, another bit of good news. Expected to be less traffic on the roadways. Now, the big holiday rush, if you will, is actually expected after Christmas. Many airports anticipating huge crowds this Friday. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Atlanta.
Still to come on KOAM News at noon, Mr. Food.
To have a great Christmas morning, you need 3 things: family, presents, and our cherry bubble breakfast bake.
And we're taking a look at the travel forecast and the Christmas forecast when the KOAM News at Noon returns. Welcome back to the KOAM News at Noon. So we had some rain last night and this morning, which is rain that we certainly need. Of course, that does also mean we're not looking really at a white Christmas, but the clouds will be out there, and they're not quite white, but they're gray. That's the best we can do in terms of Christmas colors this year. Taking a look, though, from our camera downtown Pittsburgh, and I got the cloudy skies. Roads are drying out. The showers, for the most part, are pretty well gone. Skywatch Storm Tracker, in fact, now they are gone. We had some that were isolated or confined in the McDonald County earlier, but as you can see, they are out of here. In fact, there they are, and there they went on their way out. Now, we have some clearing taking place back behind all of this, and we talked about that this morning. Now, this clearing is taking place a little earlier, and if it holds, you get a little more sunshine, might get a little warmer in some of our far northwestern counties, but otherwise, it is going to be cloudy across the region, and the showers, again, come to an end, and eventually these clouds will retreat back to the northwest late this evening and into the overnight hours and leave us cloudy. And we're also going to have that possibility of some dense fog around the area, at least some patchy fog. So if you're traveling late this evening, or maybe you're staying local and you're going to travel early tomorrow morning, do keep that in mind that we could be dealing with some fog out there. Skies will remain cloudy throughout our Christmas, and we could see maybe some drizzle, patchy, stray shower or sprinkle, but really not much expected. It won't be until late tomorrow night into early Thursday morning that we'll start to see rain chances return. Now, initially on Thursday, these shower chances are going to be isolated or scattered at best. And we're going to be a little warmer for Thursday. It won't be until overnight Thursday and the very early Friday morning. We get a low pressure system pulling in. That'll bring us a few more opportunities for some showers and maybe a rumble of thunder or two. In terms of travel, if you're heading up north, it is cold. We got 25 International Falls. The sun's shining for Bismarck, but it is still cold. Rain along the west coast with this frontal boundary out there. Desert Southwest looking pretty good. A little bit warmer than we are. A little bit sunnier as well. Thunderstorms, Dallas, San Antonio, a bit breezy down by Brownsville. Miami looking good near 80 degrees. Atlanta not bad. You get in the New England states, they did have some wintry precipitation earlier. So now it's just cold. 21 in Montreal if you're heading up into Canada. 39 in New York. If you're traveling locally, still some stray showers along I-44. Otherwise, cloudy skies, maybe some showers across central Arkansas. Looking good in Wichita. Freezing fog concerns up around the Kansas City area. Heads up on that. And cold and cloudy up in Omaha, 38. As for our Christmas, again, highs upper 40s, low 50s, cloudy skies. And again, maybe some drizzle, isolated shower out there, but we should spend most of Christmas Day dry. For the rest of today, though, showers are ending. Northeast breeze 5 to 10, highs about 50. So we're looking upper 40s, some low 50s. Tonight, cloudy, maybe some fog. Lows back eventually into the low to mid 40s. That northeast wind around 5 to 10. And for Christmas, again, is going to be cloudy across the region. We start to warm up, though, after Christmas. Got a great weekend as it stands right now ahead of us. Some warmer weather out there as well, so kids can get outside and play with those new toys, or maybe just get outside because they need to. And I completely understand that. I got 3 of them, and every so often it's nice to turn them loose outdoors. However, as we head into the new year, we have that cold front coming Monday night, and we are watching the possibility of some wintry weather by next Thursday. So it's still several days away, but January is traditionally when we start to see some of that stuff, so we'll keep an eye on it for you.
Absolutely. All right. Thanks, Chris. Well, stick around. We're making cherry bubble breakfast bake in the Mr. Food Test kitchen. We'll be right back. Today, Howard is making cherry bubble breakfast bake in the Mr. Food Test kitchen.
With all the company in town this week and the hustle and bustle that comes hand in hand with Christmas morning, you're going to need something that's fun and festive for the troops. That's why we came up with this fruity breakfast bake that's easy to make, simple to serve, and that's sinfully satisfying. We begin by opening a couple cans of refrigerated biscuits and cutting each one into 6 pieces. Once that's done, we add a little almond extract to a can of cherry pie filling and give it a good mix. Now, we toss the biscuit pieces with the cherry mixture until they're coated and place them in a baking dish. A few sliced almonds go on top and into the oven it goes. While it's baking, we'll throw together an easy 2-ingredient glaze that will drizzle over it once it's done. See, I told you it was easy. And once your house guests or any of your sleepyheads get a whiff of this, they'll be headed to the kitchen in search of what smells so darn good. So don't wait another minute. Go online and print out the recipe for our cherry bubble breakfast bake. I know you'll be glad you did. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a cherry pull-apart way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
You can find this recipe along with a lot more good food from the Mr. Food Test Kitchen online. Just head on over to our website. Of course, that's KOAMnewsnow.com. Now here's a look at the 4-state market prices.
All right, showers wrapping up for us today. We'll have cloudy skies, upper 40s, low 50s for Christmas. Maybe some patchy fog to start. More rain Thursday, Friday. Warmer temperatures, a nice weekend. Not a bad start to next week. Cold front comes in, though, and as we welcome in 2025, we could be welcoming in our first round of winter weather. So something we'll keep an eye on.
Absolutely. All right, thanks. Well, coming up tonight at 5, some good news for coffee drinkers. New research suggests that regular coffee drinkers have lower rates of certain types of cancer. We'll take a look. Plus, it's the most wonderful time of the year, but it's also the most dangerous time of the year for holiday travelers out on the roads. We'll hear what some experts have to say about Christmas travel on the road safety. And Big Brothers Big Sisters is experiencing a shortage in members. You can join us for those stories and more on KOAM News at 5. And that's the news for now. Thank you for joining us on KOAM News at noon. Have a great rest of your day.